immediately.
Alright. Let's share to love and to hold. I was thinking of something.
No, sorry, it's a series. I'm saying.
Don't worry, you don't understand. Your man understands exactly what I'm saying.
No. Why is he Oma? Why is he Oma? Why is he Oma?
Now you go understand.
Don't hurt my feelings right now.
Are we doing game?
Please,
You want to do?
We have time
to do the energy now, because I noticed that it gives them energy.
That's why I
Don't
do.
give me water. Are you giving me water?
What do you want?
I think give me berry blast juice, anything.
Start.
Let's start. Sorry. So do I mean
Deal.
Yes.
Yeah, well, baby Rogba.
yes?
Your wife knows you.
I'll do song association. I'll give you the word. You sing a song.
You finish what they give you.
You sing a song that has the word in the title or in the lyrics. All right. So the first one.
Use the mic now.
The song association. So as usual, we now know what it is now. Hopefully, this is not episode 2. So the first word, break.
Don't break my heart.
That's what I was going to say.
But
Say you love
guys again, eh?
No, that's unbreak.
That's
That's
on break.
on break.
I was singing don't break.
Sorry, who sang Don't Break My Heart?
I don't
When?
remember.
What's the song?
After
Don't
the-
break my
Don't
heart.
break
What's the
complete
song?
Which song is Don't Break My Heart?
Complete.
Yes, there's no song. There is no song.
They failed.
It's me you want to use. You want to use my head.
And I almost
You
passed.
have
This is your mistake. Something we don't already enter.
I see the backup. Now mess up. Now mess up. Continue ahead.
Another word, young.
Forever young. I wanna be forever young.
Do you really wanna
That's how you know millennials.
Yes, I own it with my chest.
Okay, last one. Sweet.
Sweet fantasy, baby. Something. Sweet dreams are made of these.
Mariah Carey.
I don't know it.
You don't
I
know?
know it.
I only know.
You're not a millennial.
How dare you, sir?
That's where.
Swear to you
Let's
too.
give people one more.
Okay.
Yes.
Party.
That Lagos party.
Ain't no party like a Lagos party.
You believe that the first song that popped into my head when she said
Party.
was Up in the Club. I swear. I don't know why.
You guys,
There's no party.
50 Cent.
It's Sam.
And
you guys know who Fireboy is.
Who's
Yes.
that?
Because
Yes.
party
Are you-
millennial. What
what's
happened
wrong
to
with
party scar?
Me, I was even thinking.
That's why it's song.
You were thinking.
I was trying to analyze.
It's because she said music. Hey.
This cannot air.
No,
This
I'm
cannot air.
cutting this part.
Please cut it.
No, this is going to
Me, I was even thinking there's a party in the USA. That Miley Cyrus song. Go ahead,
Which
let's
song?
Which
continue.
one?
Miley Cyrus. There's
Why-
party in the
why-
USA.
why-
Do you look at this
Why?
man and us?
Why are you
Miley
people?
Cyrus.
What's the shock? Why is
Miley
it shocking?
Cyrus?
Miley
Can we
Cyrus.
start the show?
My dear, if you want to.
Yes, we can.
Hey.
No, but anyway,
No, you 8.
no, we'll clip it at 8 and we'll now tag you people so that they will come and
Are
just.
you mad though?
The fire tell you,
Please,
Say your shit.
which record label is he under?
Why be now?
hey,
Waiting.
An empire.
hey,
Or Olamide.
Hey, I can't even talk because I don't know what we cut.
They will not.
They will say your shit
They won't hang me out to dry like that.
in traffic. Anyway, hi everyone, this is the Dupe Parenting Podcast. My name is Ibrahim Suleiman,
And my name is Ejiofor Suleiman.
and we have our friends here. I love it. See, that's why they're here.
Welcome to Dear Waiting For.
This episode is brought to you by Nivea.
What's going on? How's everyone? This is the Dupe Parenting Podcast. My name is Ibrahim Suleiman,
My name is Ejiofor Suleiman.
and we have the Arimoro.
What's your name?
Wait now.
By
we have
this
to
time.
yourself.
Rogba will not be. I knew that Rogba.
He said,
No, you say.
Guys, watch the video.
My name is Bill Arimoro.
I just knew Rogba. Rogba is spoil sport.
Before you
Let's say it. 1, 2, 3, go.
We're back.
Look
as
at
far,
you.
you guys are like our regulars. Like you're back again.
All this is because she did not
She don't give him bread. Yeah. Because he was begging for juice and his wife not giving. That's why he's sulking about
What's
it.
your name?
My name
My name's
sure.
is Rogba Arimoro. I'm a filmmaker, a director,
Wow.
an occasional writer,
Mm-hmm.
but above all,
We cannot hear you.
I'm an
Sexy,
entertainment business critic.
See, you was
You know hear me?
Rogba, you're stressing my sound.
That's why you breaking my sexy. What the hell? Who's breaking his sexy?
Reintroduce yourself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Rogba. And I don't know what rhymes with that, but yeah.
He's not an armed robber.
anyway.
It's a pleasure to have our friends here. Thank you guys for
Happy to be back.
always taking time out to honor us.
And for the fans of Rogba
Auntie,
Bio
don't
that always
just interrupt
stressing me.
Sorry?
Our fans stress
Fans
you.
of it's almost a threat. Make sure they come back. Make sure they are back. We want to see people next week. I've never even dropped, like we say, before they even watch the episode, I say, I can already see his Rogba and Bio. This episode is
For real,
I
for real.
say, I've threatened one, whatever. I said, they're not coming again. But here we are.
For real.
Don't worry, they can't keep us away even if they try.
Even if you guys don't invite us,
We'll
just come.
come.
When you guys are finished, go, just sit down.
We'll sit down and do our own
Do
episode.
episode.
Yeah,
That's all.
we need the set. Set is
That's
here,
all.
so just
Set that we dismantle.
for what you think. Don't worry, when you are changing,
But that's a and
Just
you know
run
Bio-
episode.
Bio if you run out.
I go run them. Don't worry.
Anywho,
Yes,
how y'all doing?
We good.
we're good. Live, tolerating each other. You know, have no choice.
Key. That's
All around.
Yeah.
tolerating each other. Are you tolerating me?
Yeah. They manage you. They manage
Be
you.
with
That's
us.
how you expect it.
No, this
What
is
answer were you hoping for?
no. Like I know my wife. I knew that's what she was going to say. Yeah, you. But she's a poor liar, horrible liar. This one can't live with her. Anyway, young lady.
Your Ashiri will soon too.
Lie. What are we talking about?
No, her Ashiri will
We
soon too.
are talking, the topic today is sleepovers and
See, this
the friends that your kids have, the ones that you accept, or the ones that they can be the ones that they can keep.
the ones you're comfortable with.
Comfortable with.
Okay.
So that's the topic for today. Sleepovers. Do you?
The sleepovers, we don't really have much to say about that. No, that's it.
No.
Just, no.
Wait,
No.
why?
But have you had
why?
experiences when
Don't
we were
mind
younger?
it. Don't mind. Don't mind it.
But
No,
when you,
Bill, talk to me because your husband is cranky today. I don't
No.
understand.
all this because of juice. So
Get him juice, I beg.
please. Bill, but why didn't you
She
share
didn't
juice?
give
Why
me
did
juice.
you-
She drank it all.
Bill.
This
I'm
Rogba should give you another juice.
a welcome. I'm sure it's English are faming.
You give me that juice.
Hey.
So as I was saying, the topic we're here for today, sleepovers. So initially, when we had kids or when we've had our son, we're like, no sleepovers because it's a definite no. But over time, we had friends that had same core beliefs as we did,
Right.
and it takes a level of trust that you get to that you feel comfortable. So we've probably gone visiting normally. We see how they handle their children, that kind of thing. And then I think the very first time we did a sleepover, we all slept over.
Okay.
That's including us
Yeah,
parents.
the
We
family,
slept
yeah.
over together and all of that. And we're able to like, okay, they have some form of structure and they have the same principles that we have.
So where did sleepover happen that there was opportunity for you people to also sleep over in that
So Rogba was having he was stressed, that kind of thing. I think we're having health. We just discovered he had high BP and all of that. And then one of his friends was like, "Oh, we can just home away from home, come over to theirs and all." So they initially wanted the kids, but obviously, so we just used the opportunity. So we went, so everyone were all together, and we saw how they ran their home properly, So we're like, okay, this is a home that we can allow, but we feel a bit comfortable.
You share the same family
Yeah, we
values.
same family values and all of that. So, and they took our kids as their kids,
So
So
they're friends.
they're friends. They were real friends. And my daughter took to their kids very quickly. But Tenny was a boy, so it always felt like the odd man out. When they're doing their girly things and stuff. But fortunately, we're able to find another family that had boys that Tenny could now go to and do sleepover. So outside of those two homes, those were the only places we would let our kids go to or sleepover.
They can sleep
over at ours, that kind of thing. So it's a very dicey thing, especially because I've had trauma from sleepovers. So I've had traumas from sleepovers where there has been molestation, there has been attempted, those kind of things. And we grew up in an era where parents didn't take these kind of things seriously. So I think that has caused me to be very, very conscious of my kids when it comes to my kids, even people sleeping over in our homes. So I just don't have uncles and aunties sleeping over. I'm very sorry. I have
See, look at my face. This guy.
I have PTSD. I have
PTSD.
PTSD. And anxiety is a lot. So I don't do that. And I've heard quite a number of horror stories where kids sleep over. You think, oh, they're good intentions. The parents of the kids might not even be aware
that their kids
that they come. A case in example, just very recently, I was speaking to a parent. I was even asking advice regarding teenage. My kids are my son is already a teenager. My daughter is already in her preteen stage. I was just asking advice. Okay, girl kids, yada yada yada. I don't know how the conversation got to. She found out her son has started watching porn when he was 8.5.
Sorry, sorry. I don't understand.
My brain, my brain, I couldn't.
And it wasn't even that. Like
from where?
So it was the child that came to sleepover.
A kid came to sleepover. An angelic cherub.
And when your kids have access to the internet, they have their tabs, they have all.
So that one is like, I want to
show you something.
And then the boys are,
and he liked it.
So they started.
So I asked her, I said, how did you find out? And she was like, oh, it had been going on for a while. She didn't know. So one night, going around to check on her kids, she opens his door suddenly and he's hiding his phone. And she's like, oh, what are you watching? What don't you want me to see? I'm like, I don't think you will like it. And she's like, why won't I like it? What are you watching? And then he goes, porn. And she was like, she doesn't know how it took the grace of God that she didn't fall down physically. Like she literally, so you already had the conversations, and she's quite a liberal mom, So she's like, okay, where is this coming from? How did you get to find out about this? And he goes, oh, so person, when he came over, we watch it together, and I kind of like it. Okay, so now.
So that's just so in her case, imagine how that felt. You get so sleepovers are dicey because you're actually. You know how at the workplace, for example, as an adult, you have colleagues or you have people that you work with.
Yeah.
There are certain things you don't know about them.
Yeah.
There's certain boundaries.
Yeah. You can't cross.
Or if you now maybe go out with them or spend time over there,
you start seeing another side of them. Yeah.
It's the same basic thing with children. Because the child looks nice and
it doesn't almost
necessarily mean
So there was a situation at some point in which we had someone sleep over as well, and we found the kid in our kid's room.
So I'd prepared the visitor's room.
Was supposed to sleep
in the visitor's room,
and
Tenny was supposedly
with
the person. But I think new environment, he couldn't sleep. He was restless, and I'd sent everybody in to sleep. So I don't know what Rogba went out to.
I always just go
around.
At the end of the day, it's something my dad used to do. So
just go around, check all the
check the doors, check everything, and then I found the kid standing in my daughter's room.
So he didn't think about it. He just came back and says, oh, I saw.
No, I did think about it. I just didn't want to
react.
No, I didn't want to react immediately. So what I did is I just said, you need to go
Go.
downstairs, and he went downstairs. So I went back to the room and I was like, this is what happened, and then they just stand.
I just got up. I went. I carried my daughter. I put her in my bed
room.
because, like I
To
said,
avoid long
I have
story.
PTSD.
So
I can't.
it's not even a case of whether he was trying to be a funny kid or not or whatever. It's just, like I said, things. I don't deal well with things being out of
place,
place or out of sync. So it was just a simple case of,
Protect the child.
yeah. And so for me, I really don't think it's a good. So I grew up in a polygamous household. So there are always people around and plenty people. The only safe haven was my bed. That was it, my bed. So throughout my years in uni and everything, nobody sat on my bed. Nobody touched I've always been protective of
That space.
You get, so once I got to the age where I could have my space, it's just my space. So I strongly vet people
before letting them
that
in.
space.
Yeah.
my space. I just don't like people in my space. Like, so that whole idea of family sleeping over, it's never been my thing. It has never, ever, ever been my
Don't worry, they've accepted him. They know.
Yeah.
They know him. So don't be scared.
Because initially, I remember that when we got married, and she just say, "Oh, this person is staying over." My brain doesn't process. Why? They have a home. Why can't they just? Do they need me to drop them at home?
I don't
It's
mind. I
okay,
can drive
but,
them home.
Like, I just don't understand it. Why do you want to sleep in my house? I don't want to sleep in your house. You're like, so what's going on? So, but over time, obviously, I've realized that you have to
Open your door
open the door
and your arms.
But you see the vetting process, it'd be like
long.
it's like the American NSA.
So my daughter.
check and check.
So the initial family I spoke about for my daughter, why it was now essential for us. No, I wouldn't say essential, but why it helped eventually was because when he had his
ND.
his health
NDE.
Health scare.
It wasn't a health scare. It was an NDE.
was ND
Near death experience.
near
It's not
death
the same-
experience.
It's not the same thing as a
Near death experience. I wasn't home, and thankfully, I had just sent my daughter to that
For a
house.
sleepover there.
I had sent my son to
Sleepover
that
at
house.
our house.
So they were in those houses when the near death experience thing happened.
Hmm.
So I didn't have to worry about
They were
them.
just supposed to be there.
They
for
were
2
in-
days.
They were just supposed to be there for Easter and come back, but they ended up staying there for like 2 weeks. And they were well taken care of. They knew school was coming. They had done hair. They had barbed hair. They had, so all of that was taken care of. So if I didn't have that kind of support system, I don't know how I'd have been able to cope in that period. So sometimes there are necessary evils, but I would okay, not necessary
Just
evils.
sometimes it's
cons.
necessary.
Yeah. So the cons is that it can come in handy. Like
You don't come.
The
pro.
pro. So the pro is it comes in handy, and then when you have really good support system, it just is a great thing, and then it's
support
another
system.
bonding time for your kids as well.
Yeah, but just make sure. I'm not entirely opposed. I am.
He is.
I'm not entirely opposed to sleepovers, but
It's rare.
The vetting process
It's rare.
is key.
Can you tell us like your vetting process and like if your children are going to have a sleepover, what are there conversations that you have with them before, after? Do you understand? Like they go for
Yeah.
So I think only 2 families have ever
Have-
passed the vetting process ever.
So
Ever.
one they've relocated.
Yeah, they relocated.
One is still here.
One is still here, but
My daughter has found another place, but it's not consistent.
consistent.
But it's just when necessary.
so the thing is, first of all, I'm not going to let my child sleep over in a person's house because my child is friends with their
Person, yeah.
child. I don't care. That's you people's problem. I have to be friends
With the parents.
Like, we need to know each other.
Well
Yeah,
enough to tell each other
well,
the truth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so they have to be people that I know that if my child is, so there are some people.
Why?
There are some people that can.
Even if you're friends.
No.
No, so-
let me explain. So there's a set. So here's the thing. They're friends.
And then there's your
Then the
friend.
friend.
I get you.
That's
Your
one.
friend is like your sister, like
Now,
your brother.
you already
I get
know.
you.
Okay.
I have seen how that person
Handles their children.
handles their children. And I know. I have also seen that person handle my children. And I know. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is like that. And I know how, what's the word? How anal that person is about their own children.
Yeah.
And how anal they are about who they let sleep in
In
their,
own houses as well.
who they let into the space with their own children. You get
So basically, as you're vetting them, you
Yeah,
know that
I'm
you are
also being vetted.
Yeah, so
yes.
we are even being
Being vetted,
vetted. So
yeah.
you know that this person too is not
Just
someone-
handing their
So-
child over carelessly.
So those two families we've spoken about, their kids can sleep in our house. It's fine. It's not a problem. You get. There's even one person right now who our daughter has slept over in their house because we know that. See that woman? My God.
She doesn't joke with children.
Does not joke with children. Before we even talk about her children, she does not joke with children. You get. That's number one. Her children have not slept over in our house.
Come on. They're still
Like,
being vetted.
We are even still being vetted.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because she
Your
just
child
isn't.
is your
And then
child
in
is your
most
life.
cases, we have usually slept over in the person's house ourselves
Yeah, so we
with
see
the children.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Before we will now say, oh,
Okay, it's okay.
it's all right. The person can sleep. No,
No.
we slept over in the person's house
As
ourselves.
well. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, if I sleep over in your house 1 night, 2 nights, you can hide, you can pretend. If I sleep over in your house for 5 days, you go cast. You go cast. At some point in time, you will.
So I think even
You
at
will
a
lose guard.
point, my daughter had a different impression about the father where Tenny sleeps over. And I remember when they were talking, she's like, "Oh, this uncle seems like a really nice person." Tenny goes, "You don't know, uncle."
It's like, oh, this guy, he's so liberal. He'll let me do anything.
Tenny's like, nah.
No idea.
And you know the good thing is they know my kids.
Yes.
So when he's even like I always say, I drop Tenny, you don't tell me. He said, he say when Tenny comes, he does not like any question he cannot answer. He used to avoid.
Yeah, wait.
Like so he already knows
Tenny
that
doesn't
he
want
knows.
to talk to him.
Do you get?
He
So
used to
even
avoid- So
he
Tenny they
avoids
arrange himself. They arrange. Do you get?
So
it's,
they have that
you need to
relationship
be that
tight.
close.
Yeah, for us.
Where
as
these
well.
people are like blood. Then I know that okay, these people, that kind of people that I know that, God forbid,
If
we
anything
die,
happens
we'll probably leave the children with
with
them.
those people.
Fair.
So you have
Do
to
you
be,
understand?
you have
It
to
is
be
that level
good enough for me to say, okay, if anything happens to
to me. I will
leave
want my children in your care.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
amazing.
Yeah.
And the rest of that, the only other people outside of that is family. And even the family itself, he gets
Yeah.
he gets
Blood is not the qualifier.
get some people where my children are not coming to your house. It's not. You see, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, oh God, wow, amazing. My children are not coming to your house. It's not happening. It's not.
Rogba, sorry. Yeah.
But the question I was asking is like,
Yeah.
if you and your children,
Yeah, we have
if you have
conversations.
a hair,
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
So we have So the thing is, we don't have to have conversations with our children that much now because we've had a lot of conversations with them. When you're staying in someone's house, obviously there's etiquette.
Yes.
Number one.
You have
Number
to be
two.
well behaved, no fighting,
Bruv,
clean up after
my
yourself.
daughter, my son, under no circumstances, is there any reason why you cannot call us and say, come and get
That's me.
I don't care what is happening. I will first of all come and get
Get you. Yeah.
You get just
Know that
text message,
phone call
just say,
and
come
get me. It's done. No
There's
questions
I'm not
asked.
going to ask you why.
Do you guys have like a code?
A code,
Oh,
yes,
we
we
have
do.
codes.
Okay,
We
that's
have
codes.
codes.
We've got codes for everything. Codes for picking
No,
up.
codes
Codes for
for
opening the door.
codes for if
when you are in
there's
trouble.
when you are feeling
and you cannot
uncomfortable.
talk. We have
Just
codes
codes.
for all that.
Love it.
And
I
we
love it.
reiterate it because
And
kids can forget.
We keep messing around with them. So the other day, came to the door, pressed the bell, came to the door, and then I was like, they're like, who's it? I was like, it's daddy. And then they opened it. I was like, yeah, so I'm dead now. And you're dead. You're dead. They're like, why? But we knew your voice. Did I give you the code?
See why they love him. He's the fun daddy. I don't have to. I just
You
will
gotta
say.
have the code. You gotta have the code. So recently, we had a driver go pick them up because, like, a lot of
Logistic
things
was a logistic
just it was
problem.
things were messed up. So we're like, guy needs to go and pick up the kids. Okay, you know what? No problem. Go and pick up the kids. Then we will call school.
The school to
So we
release.
called the school, and then he went to pick up the kids. And he got there and said he's speaking in home.
My dad like, no.
Straight up.
And I was like, no, but your parents said call them.
And
No, they asked him for the code.
They asked him for the code. He didn't know the code because we didn't give him the code.
So
They
now
said,
Teddy said you have to call my parents, and I have to hear.
So he called, and then we spoke to Tenny. Even then, Amika was like, no.
Because it's very unlike my parents to do that.
Then she now spoke to us and we're like, it's okay. Don't worry. Go with them. And then they left. The people
at home
heard that somebody went to pick the children.
They said, no, that's not possible.
No.
That never happened.
They started calling us, sorry, this guy is saying, like, yes,
we told him.
We told him to go with them.
Checks and balances.
Like, you get, like, everybody knows that. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You get, so the children know that, first of all, there's the etiquette. Second, there's how we have, there's the things we know, the things we tell each other. You get, like, no, if somebody, no matter what, if the person comes and tells you, your father is just standing over there, let me just know.
Until I hear what I'm supposed to hear.
If you cannot give me the code, call them. We'll have a conversation.
When they were younger and you guys needed to teach them about stranger danger, how did you go about it? Because we're at that point where...
So there was a video.
Rogba, please now. Please help me.
Okay,
help
sorry.
me.
Monetization. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. We'll have to take that again. Say the question. I'm being real, yo.
Did you kidnap your kids once?
Don't say it's monetization.
Oh, sorry.
I've done something very similar to them.
So wait,
they have to know.
Okay, so let me try.
I rephrase.
Okay.
So the thing was, there was this video where the guy, you know, these people that do all these videos like to show safety and stuff. So I asked them, I think I painted the scenario, and they were like, oh no, we won't follow them. I said it's easy to say, you know. So when we show them the video, we reiterate again and then give scenarios. So random times I can just ask them, what do you do when somebody does this, or keep saying, or telling I want to give you this, I want to give you this, and they're like, no. But thankfully now they're much older.
Yeah.
And then, so the thing I noticed with kids is that they forget even when you tell them stuff. So what you now have to do is now use actions, play to do it,
Like,
you know.
do it.
Just do it, like
Honestly,
just
do it.
carry randomly. Okay, what do you do? Scream. So I told them scream as hard as you can, and all of that. And then I also told them dangers of internet, where you are what they call them, where they nap kids,
I think
catfishing and all of that.
Right.
We have that conversation as well. Because I remember one scare time I had, like, I noticed, I came into Tenny's room, I saw him on his laptop in the middle of the night, was having conversation. Hey, bro. I came inside. Who are you talking to?
Wow.
My brain, as in, I was like, is he watching porn? Is it? What's it? I can't say, I'm going to seize this laptop. I was screaming. I didn't even let the boy talk. I just blotted, fear. I carried the laptop. I went, go and talk to your son. I can't take this. He's not going to have this laptop. I think the next day, father and I had the conversation. So apparently, he was a big gamer here that period. So I think some people, there was a live. And then, American time with Nigerian time. But I was like, bruv, I don't care. You should be sleeping. Like, I don't understand this nonsense that you are doing.
So this gamer thing, I saw recently on IG where they were talking about Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox.
Oh, we've outgrown Roblox, but okay.
So I saw Roblox, and this woman was saying, "Oh, stop! Don't let your kids watch Roblox." And they stop their kids. They stop their kids from
using
Roblox. They don't.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yes. So there are people who build content based on the game.
And there are people who watch it.
Yes.
It's like
Minecraft.
Yes.
But this one, Keon watches it.
Yes.
At that age, she's already watching
it's a phase.
Yeah. So he was watching. The woman was saying that she stopped her kids from
watching it. Yeah.
Roblox.
Right.
Then
we are having they're doing sex and all those
yes. They had all, so she stopped it, and that Roblox now came back later and said
it was parents that had to give approval for kids to watch it.
Then So me, when I saw that thing, Kion had just told me the day before
that he was
watching Roblox. He has even downloaded it. When he now downloaded it, I now saw that there was money to be paid. He now said, "Mama, money." I said, "I don't have money." Where is it? I have money in Jesus' name, but I don't have money for
For
this one.
Roblox.
Well, he now said,
Okay, man.
He
Deleted
deleted
it.
it because
No money.
so when I now saw what they were talking about, because they said the pedophiles use
that as well to catfish.
Because
kids.
there's a chat feature. Yeah.
Yeah, so my
So-
kids, I'm making uses that, but continue.
So that they were like a scene in Roblox where you see them shooting a pregnant woman. That's how kids will learn how to shoot
Carry
people,
gun, yeah.
carry gun and shoot people. There was a scene where they are having
Wow, both of you did.
intercourse in a bathroom. There's a scene where I'm like, my 4-year-old watching that thing. God no go green. That's how I called Kion. I said, Kion, Roblox is a no. He said, I said, no, it's not
Not
for
good.
kiddos. It's not for 4-year-old. He said, so Mama,
When will I be
when
able
can
to?
I said,
This one
let's
I told
say
you.
14
This
or
one I told you
18.
14. Yes. That's what she told me.
Wow.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
when I heard
Okay,
that
so-
conversation, I just
Very
looked at both of them.
extreme,
Yeah.
I just faced front. I
Okay,
was
so
like,
but why were
okay.
you giving that
Okay,
look?
so here's the thing. Yeah. This whole children. I want to just address a specific thing first before we go. Children seeing violence in a game are automatically going to become violent. It doesn't really add up. So, for example, we played Doom. We played all these shoot 'em up games.
At what age?
Primary school,
Yes,
early
6, 7,
secondary.
8.
But I'm talking about a 4-year-old
No,
now. I don't
you
want him
lie.
having that
Wait
thing
now,
in his
wait,
mind.
wait.
Listen, baby.
I did not now run out. I'm gonna start
Start
gunning
blasting
people
people.
down. Even the people that run out and keep people, even people that end up doing this school
Mhm.
Shootouts.
massacres or whatever they're doing, it's usually not because they were playing games. I just want to clarify that.
Access
That one is one
to
access to weapons.
weapons. That's
A,
the problem.
B,
That they are
it
refusing
is
to.
also a mental health thing. There's a whole other thing going on where this child is depressed, this child feels like a loner, things are not happening, blah blah blah. That's on one hand. That's just because of the shooting pregnant women, and then it means they will now go and be shooting. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
That's on that hand. Now, in terms of
Having sex.
having sex and all these other things, I haven't come across that. I honestly preview every game my children want to play. So the way it works is before they can even download anything,
They have to get
website and all that,
access
they need to get access from
us.
So is that from me or their mom? Because
There's a family link.
We use Microsoft Family
Family
Link. We
link, and then
use Google Family
link.
Link.
So
I
everything
can see everything you're doing
you're
online.
doing, have
I
access
can-
to that.
Before you can
And then I can
download a
time your
game,
screen time.
so I can lock down your laptop
Laptop.
wherever you are, as long as you're connected to the internet. Do you get what I mean? And so all that happens, and I actually monitor the activity. I get reports every week. This is what
Your
they
child
have
has watched.
This is what they have used. You can go to each website and check if you want to.
So,
Do you get
yeah.
all that? So for me, it's a twofold thing. One, there's a massive. Yes, the internet is a dangerous place. Yes, the internet has all these catfishing, all these things in it, right? But you're never going to eventually keep your child off the internet
Fair.
permanently. It's an
permanently.
impossibility. It's like the people who said when we were young, TV is the devil's toolbox. Do not let your children watch TV.
We had neighbors who were like that.
Last, the children go watch the TV. They know watch out for your house.
They go watch
Watch out for
their
petty
house.
house.
It's gonna happen. So don't stress yourself about that one. It is about one, putting in the right checks and balances like we've tried to do with controls. Also, you need to teach your children how to navigate the internet responsibly. Do you get? Like, they also need to know there's catfishing. I'm not saying for your Keon is for. It's fine to shut down a lot of things. There's internet fraudsters. There's catfishing. There's this. There's that. What kind of sites do you not go to? Do you get what I mean? What kind of content? The other day, my daughter wanted to watch something, right, on a streaming platform. And she was really looking for it on the kid's profile.
And it was not available.
And it wasn't there. So I was like, huh. So I switched over to my profile and we found it immediately. And when I clicked on the thing, the it always shows you the age rating, whatever, and it showed 12 plus.
Okay.
She put
She-
it off.
Because she's not.
She just said, no, that is okay, fine, and that was it. Now this is something she really wanted to watch, and she had
watched it before.
in someone else's house where we were all together. We were all watching the thing together. She was like, no, it's fine, it's 12 plus, and she was about to move on, and I was like, oh, this thing. So I had looked it up at that point in time where we all watched it and all that. And I was like, no, it's fine. I know
She
what
can
the
watch
content
it,
is.
yeah.
You can watch it. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, no, this particular one,
Yes, you
because
can
I
watch
have
it.
already looked it up. I know what it's about. And she was like, oh, okay.
Thank you.
So she knows, like both of them know.
They know their age appropriate
Once
content.
this thing is not age
Looking on the
appropriate,
thing.
you
Yeah.
cannot watch it.
You cannot watch it.
If they come into our room and we're watching something that is above the whatever, and we pause it,
They know that.
and they say what's happening, and we just say this is not for children.
That's the
They
end.
will not question. They will not this thing. They will just accept.
They move on
So I feel it's more important to arm your children
with
than to
information.
try and keep
Keep
them
protecting.
because you can't. They will go to school. So I'll give you an example. So there was a boy in my son's class at some point who, while they were in school, apparently, I think when they were home, he had connected to the internet. He had opened something, and when he was in school, because
I
he had
think we
already
said this thing.
opened
We shared
it-
this thing last
Yeah,
time.
you
Yeah, he had already
Yeah.
opened it. The firewall didn't block it. Do you understand?
So when he came to school,
Kids were watching it. He noticed what they were watching and
looked
came
away.
to tell us. Do you understand? Now, imagine we had just only been blocking him from everything. Like, don't see.
Yeah.
Don't see. At that point in time, he wouldn't have known what to do.
Yeah.
What he would have probably just done
Was
is
join
join
everybody
them.
else to
Like,
watch it.
This thing that my parents have been
Hiding from me.
the forbidden fruit.
Oh wow! What is that?
Yeah.
get what I
Yes, that's what happens when you hide. Because I met a kid who, like, I was talking to, and I was watching something. I didn't know what was going to
Happen next.
come up next. And person was kissing. I'm like, oh, I'm not allowed to watch this. Bye.
Nice.
Yeah.
I left.
You just let them know.
Control.
That's what I was so amazed
Yeah.
with. She just said, "Oh, I'm not allowed to watch
Watch
this.
this,
I'm not
yeah.
of the age. When I'm 16,
I
I can watch it."
So she even
that
knows
was
the
what
age,
she
yeah,
said,
and
and then
she
she
left,
told me
yeah.
bye.
And on
And
the
then
other
reported
hand-
me to her mother.
When they will snitch you, they must
I
snitch
love it.
They must snitch you. They must snitch you. Those type of children. Now, on the other hand, I also want to be
Careful.
careful because there are a lot of fearmongers on
True.
social media
Media.
and the internet. I will tell you anything. You say, don't let your children touch Minecraft. If they touch the cartridge, they will catch AIDS. Do not let your children look at Teletubbies because if they see
Yeah, but
Teletubbies
these-
one
these
time,
adverts that are
one time,
Content creators.
That's my shade.
No, I'm being real. And because you are a parent,
yeah.
and you also want to, so you have to take everything with a pinch of salt.
Okay.
What I do, I'm the Google geek. I search everything. I will do my own research
yeah.
into anything. You can't just come and tell me, did you hear that? In this cartoon, children are knacking themselves. Because I know that sometimes people just
Yeah.
Do
It's
click-
fake news. It
clickbait.
should be like
Clickbait.
old people, like
I
like cartoons that are already PG-18,
Yeah.
and they will claim and for rage bait.
Yes,
And
they
because
just want-
social
they
media
just
now
want
pays,
views.
social media now pays people, so people will say
They will say
anything
anything to
for
get
you
your
to
attention.
watch and for
One
them to
thing
make
I've
their
noticed,
money.
Yeah.
right, is that there are
Oh, by the way, director gave me very plus.
yes, so that we would have peace and tranquility.
You were saying, my
So-
brother.
I mean, I sharp partook, so thank you for
For sharing.
Aluta. So I've noticed something, right?
Mhm.
That is along these lines. There are people who will take content from actual footage from
Yes, and alter it.
and then they'll alter
Alter
it.
it,
Yes.
yeah.
You understand? Then they'll do the voiceovers, they'll do all of that, and put it on YouTube, right? And for some reason, I don't know, the algorithm doesn't flag some of these things.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
And then
yeah.
it sneaks into the kids.
Adverts, yeah, the kids, yeah.
Yes.
And then they can now see these things.
Yes.
So the ones where they have like bad words,
Yeah.
Mm.
because thankfully we've done a
Good job
a
with
good
letting
job of letting him know what
which is bad,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Kion, I've been with him when he's watching something, and then this guy they're talking, and then he's watching, and then afterwards he's just like,
Nope.
You just
And then just talk.
Yeah.
He
you
now,
just
he
swipe.
now uses.
Yes. She just swipe
Swipe.
to the next one. And then I will intention because I heard it too.
Yeah.
But I will not react. I'll just ask, Kion, why did you switch that? Bad
Bad
words.
word. Mhm.
And then you just start watching something else.
So
And I'm like,
something
that's
I want to
bored.
also reiterate to this is because there was a time my daughter would just do this. You know, girls can be funny. They go into moods and stuff, so you have to follow them. So there was a time she started watching one content like this that didn't make sense. So I was loosening her hair and she was watching the thing. I was not looking at the topic. Things to do when the nanny brings her boyfriend to the house, something. How is it age appropriate for you? What's going on? And now to the hold on. Oh yeah, explain to me what you have learned. Because if I come at her, you shouldn't watch this. It will just seem as if mommy just doesn't like me watching anything. So I said, okay, please explain to me the necessity or the importance of what you're watching. And she goes, I'm learning what not to say to the nanny. I said, okay, what new word did you learn not to say to the nanny that I haven't already taught you? She not fit talk. Why are you interested in the nanny bringing boyfriend to the house? How is that your problem? She not fit talk. Why is it something where Rogba saw that I was going? I know with me, I'll really step. Then when I entered, I said, Ayomiko, this is not. I said, I'm getting to that, but I need her to see the stupidity in what she's doing. So because sometimes they lose guard. Because you know that they're children. They know that, oh, my parents trust me. So me watching one or two things might not be so bad. I can get away with it. No, no matter how you know that they can be on point, you have to follow up. You understand? It's crazy. And then it also now filters into friends.
Yes.
So
That's what I was about to.
my son is a loyal friend.
Sorry, before you guys go to fair, what are your opinions on sleepovers?
Okay.
Now at this stage.
Yes.
He said no.
And it's fair.
Kion has started even asking about sleepovers. Oh, can I go to my friend's house to sleep over? And I'm like, no. First of all, she's a girl. You are not going. And okay, can I go? Can she come? No. The answer is no. But because kids don't hear at that age, they don't want to
Understand.
hear no. So I just tell him she should talk to her mother. If her parents say she can come over for sleep because you are not going, if she can come over, because I know that the parents would not agree.
Allow.
They would. So it's a no for me. No sleepover. Because even when I was young, my parents didn't let me do sleepovers. I survived.
Did you go on? Hold on. Did you go on holidays? Because
To
you
where?
know.
Where did they go?
For us, like for somebody
To
like me
cousins.
now, it's holidays I went to during the long vacation. I'll go to my uncle's
Nah.
house.
That's why I
or
said
auntie's house.
cousins and family members was what it was then.
The day I packed my load, not all my load, sha, small of my small bag, and I went to my auntie's house that lived 2 streets away. My mom came there and dragged me by my ears.
Wow.
Like, and I didn't tell them. I just took my bag and I
left.
said, I'm following auntie, and I followed her to her house. Then when my mom came back, she dragged me back. Come, did you tell? And the flogging that I got. So, sleepover is a no for me. My parents didn't let me go and sleep over at a friend's house. I didn't go to any cousin's house to sleep over. So for me, it's a no.
So me, I'm slightly biased, right? Yes, my mom didn't let us go and sleep over in anybody's house. And it was mostly because she was raising us by herself. And she just had this thing of, so that the enemies will not say, That's
After
why
all, the boy is a loose boy.
That's why we did not want her to have sole custody. You understand? We tried to collect the children. She did not agree. Now look at. So, but one thing my mother made sure of was that we brought our friends home.
Very key.
So as long as I consider this person my friend,
your mom will know the
to my
person.
house because I want my mommy to, so that she can observe us together.
Oh, we all grew up differently.
Yes.
No friend was allowed in my house.
No friends were allowed.
Male. I had my female friends come home. I had my male friends come home.
I didn't have friends come over until I was probably in late secondary school.
Are you serious?
Same.
I was too afraid.
You don't go out.
I don't even think they ever told me no. I just
they never came.
You don't come.
I think I just imagined it in my head that
my friends came home.
And if my brother came home with his friends,
my mom knew all my
I'm
friends.
not sitting down there and gisting with them. My brother and his friends would gist. Me, if I came home, my brother cannot be sitting down there and be gisting with girls. We'll go to girls' room and just
stay.
stay
If you want
there.
to friend people, friend in school.
My mom knew my friends, but I think I was too afraid to allow any. I don't know if it's just fear, but like my mom knew all my friends. I'll talk about them and everything, but to come to my house, for them, she allowed me to go, but give me like 1 hour
And
to
then you
come back and all those things. But
so funny enough, this lady I spoke about that said her son watched porn at 8 and everything. I asked her, I said, if you could go back in time, what would you do differently? And she said she would do community room sleeping. Communal room sleeping for the children.
Okay.
Because you see all this thing of privacy, something. That's where they get to do things. You need to see. So, and I remember we grew up all sleeping in the same room. All of us slept together. Yes, in one room. And I actually feel like it helped a lot because you were in each other's space. You would learn to tolerate each other.
You have to.
So we're raising soft.
Rogba, please.
We're raising.
How police they get information? You must have snitch.
So let me tell you guys. For me growing up, right, we had a no locked door policy, and by I don't mean locked like, I mean like all doors were open, no closed door. All doors were open.
Mosquito no day.
No, like you
get the reason.
No, Rogba, the door is open.
Oh, okay.
The only door that was not closed, that was not open, was
the
my
toilet?
mother's door, right? And then if someone is taking a bath, you can shut the bathroom door.
Yeah.
And even her own room that was closed when she's asleep, she didn't used to lock her door. It was so I because of how bad it was, like how I was so used to sleeping with the door ajar.
Open, yeah.
When I go into uni,
Mosquito.
it don't even matter of mosquito. But they leave my door sleep. My
are you
hotel-
serious?
They didn't rub you.
When I started working,
They
and
didn't rub
traveling-
you.
Bro, are you joking? Rub me blind.
He had the opposite.
Wait, let me finish. When I got into when I started working and I started traveling, this is like the wildest part of this. I think I've told you this thing before. I used to leave my hotel. Like I'll be so unaware that my hotel room door will be ajar.
You say?
I'm telling you, and I started traveling and working from like 21. My hotel room door will be ajar. It is when I started, after a while, I started, babe go call show, your girlfriend will not come away.
You have to
You go close door. And I was, oh, that's true. I'm supposed to close that door before. I'm telling you.
I don't know how your room was ajar and somebody entered.
Yes, in a hotel.
I use.
I just woke up because I'm a very light sleeper.
Yeah,
So I just woke up. And I usually sleep on the side of the bed that's closest to the door.
so you can see.
I just opened my eyes, but I was backing the door. I just woke up and I felt like I
A
was
presence.
alone. So I sat up. Only for me to turn around and there was somebody
Sitting down.
just sitting and she was just looking at me.
Sitting. I don't understand. As in
See,
sitting.
to this day, I don't see. I think I have ice in my blood. I just stood up, turned, and it was when we got married and that I started sleeping with lights off. Now lights are on.
So they even saw you like.
You don't go too far.
The
So
person
that's what I'm
was
saying. So the
sitting.
lights were not off. I always make sure that there's at least one light source.
Like either the bathroom
Bathroom
light.
lights, yeah.
So
So
just
the
so that there's
bathroom
a light
door
source.
was open.
What's my ass out?
So I turned around
What's it
and I
going to
looked
do,
at this
Ron?
person and then I was like,
No, why go they?
So I
They
stood
were
up.
sitting.
Yes, she was
No,
just sitting down and looking at me.
Ah.
So I stood up and I said,
And you are?
I said, hello.
He said hello.
I was
My dear.
Wait, what are you supposed to do, Ron?
I
Are
don't
you
understand.
a witch?
I'm a witch.
Are you a witch?
That's the thing. Now you have to have a
The
conversation
hello,
now.
The hello.
Eh,
The hello. First of all, it's like
Excuse me. You have to first of all gauge the situation. God bless you. You cannot just get up and start doing it meow.
Why that wrong get me?
Oh,
No, that's I understand.
wait.
Let me explain
Wait.
something.
You make sense.
Yes, I'm saying like this experience is very different for a man and a woman.
Yes, that's one.
Yes.
Then two, I'm not a fan of panic.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of it because people have panicked and
And
died.
died.
Yes.
I've seen it happen.
The bomb
Bomb
thing
blast
happened.
thing, yeah.
Why did most people die? Did anybody shoot them?
no.
They panicked,
And ran into the
Velisa
canal.
and died.
Died, yeah.
I've seen it happen where people panic and die.
Yeah.
So my first thing is always figure
Assess
out
the situation.
what is going on.
Yes.
So him sitting up and saying hello is like gauge because you want to run.
Yeah. But you
Who
don't know
is waiting- who they wait for
That's
door?
what I was thinking.
You don't know.
You might run into what they
You
have
will
kept
run
for
into
you.
what they are keeping for you. What
So-
if it's balcony you're supposed to take?
Your viewers are waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
darling.
when you say
I told her,
hello,
and then she's like, "Hi, how are you?" I said, "I'm well. Can I help you?" And then she was like, "No, maybe I can help you." Then I said,
Oh, woman of the night.
You understand? So at that point, I'm like, me, Aisha Pikin, you're a joker.
Excuse me, ma.
So I went into the bathroom.
Mm.
I pissed first.
He
You
said,
understand?
The fish that you woke up with.
That piss that you woke with the hair. That way my mind don't come down and say, okay, now situation with me, I feel handle. I first pissed. Can't come out. I can't tell her, say, I think you have to leave. She now said, why? I just got here, blah, 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 blah. I said,
She
I'm
just
sorry.
got here. Is it?
Yes.
Did she did?
So what a lot of people don't know is that, and I'm sorry to say this on whatever, but there are a lot of big name hotels that have unofficial staff.
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
They
That
will
one
come
is
and
normal.
offer
Yes.
themselves
We know.
to you.
Yeah,
You
what I'm
understand?
saying is that that one is a known
Okay,
thing.
okay.
What I'm saying is even the fact that two things. One is that she came in, sat down, and then when you maybe I can help you, and like how did she know? Was she like checking doors that would be open? And then she came in. Because I know normally what they do, they will knock. So maybe she then came to her and be like, this door is
That's
already
knock and the
open.
door was open.
Yes, so that was
So
it.
she just entered.
She you know how you're walking past and maybe you're doing your usual knock until somebody, and then she knock and the door no close.
So she
close.
just
So she
entered.
was, hello.
Came to come
You
and
know,
see.
it was an
And then she
open,
sees
literally.
boy. Oh.
I'm naked. And then I was slim and sexy in it.
Sorry. If we flip
Baby, allow me to feel like a dad.
if we flip this thing and it was a girl sleeping and it's like a male prostitute that came in and sat down, you can still not remove that element of fear for the woman. No,
yes,
I'm
we
not
agree.
blaming. I'm not saying
Okay.
like I'm just like because even when the person said maybe I can I
you.
help you, I say maybe it's you that help me. The woman is still thinking if I say no, you can harm me.
Rape
No,
me.
so here's the thing.
Something can still happen to me.
100%. So
Yeah.
a woman's handling of the situation
Would be
Has
different.
to be
obviously be
different.
different. But what
Not like it will be- it
but
has
what
to be different.
we are against is if you wake up in that kind of situation, the
Don't
last thing you
panic.
do is run.
Do not.
Don't panic.
Don't know what is going on. So the first thing is figure out. That's I still trying to. I want to teach my daughter that as well. First of all, first of all figure out the situation.
Mhm.
Do you get like what is going on? I'm always talking about situational awareness. You should just know before you run. Do you remember one day we were on the road in Igbokweuche and people, I think they started fighting or something, and then people just started running. I didn't run. I just took the idea. I just rolled and just entered the gate and closed. It was that's not 51.
Oh,
We
okay.
went to see someone put that down.
Oh, okay.
Even I remember it was like, wow, that was so controlled because I've learned you don't just panic.
Yeah.
You first assess what is going
going
on. Then you start saying, okay, so now to do now to do this. Okay, may I run
Run
now?
that-
Hey, can I run it?
That's why
But
to this day, anytime we go to a public place, like if we go to eat or something,
He
I'm
doesn't
looking
back
at
the
the
door.
door.
I'm choosing my seat
doesn't
has to
back
be
the
where
door.
I can
Line of
see.
sight. I can see the door.
where-
I can see majority of the people in the
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
I have to.
I
So you
cannot
know why
back
used
the
to it
door.
now where we go to a place
I pick
and
the
she
door. I
if
just
she
pick
picks-
where
if
it's
she's going
facing
to
the door.
pick where we're going to sit. She's picking where I'll sit. I have
Line of
Access,
sight.
Line of sight.
like we have that going.
All right, our director is not giving us time. Please, let's go back to the topic.
Sorry, what was
He did not give any sign. But please, yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about friends leading to friends.
Yes.
So now my daughter is very picky about friends that she's close with. She's very picky. My son, on the other hand, has associates.
So
Associates.
that is
No,
true.
no,
So
acquaintance
he's pickier.
than she is.
My son has
Acquaintances. Yes.
See, if my son has two friends, he has two friends. Every other person
It's an
will be
acquaintance.
feeling like they're
They're
his
his
best
friends.
friend.
They're acquaintances.
He will tell.
He will
And
tell
the thing
you.
is, if you push your luck, he will tell you.
Oh my god.
There you go, my friend.
No,
He'll tell you. He'll tell you.
We're,
He'll
just,
say,
we're classmates
"Why-
or we're,
no, we're not friends. We're
we're
classmates.
classmates.
He will tell you.
Gosh,
He's
and-
cold. My son.
He's very cool.
My son is very factual. He doesn't do.
He doesn't have emotional.
He
No,
does-
funny enough, he's an
He's
emotional,
an emotional
child.
child, but what
you
is?
don't have emotional bandwidth for all your rubbish.
No, he doesn't have time.
He doesn't have
Like
time.
fact is fact for him.
So, for him, why I like the kind of person that he is because he's not down for peer pressure and all of those things. And he's the kind of friend that is ready to snitch for his friends. So like a situation happened with a classmate of his, and he had left the classroom when the incident happened and gone to the turf. So, but the girl's best friend, she's more vocal. She had gone to report because her friend refused to report about the incident. So she had gone to report, and then they asked her who else was there, and she mentioned Tenny's name, and then Tenny, they say send for Tenny. He writes his statement and he says it as it is, full everything.
Full
So
disclosure.
by the time we came to pick him, we noticed that we had been waiting, we couldn't find him. So by the time we went, Sina said, so sorry, I was writing a statement. Statement, say no, let's get to the car. My son too now likes Amebo. So let's get to the car, Let's get to the car. That's how we got to the car. What happened? He said, so that's how they were in class. So that's how one boy now said a very bad thing to his friend. And even we were shocked at the kind of thing that came out of the boy's mouth.
Mado.
How dare he say that? He said, imagine, how can he say that? Such a horrible thing. And this girl, she will never talk. So thank God this person went to report for her. And I went and I wrote the statement and I said, he said it.
So he's
He talk about don't talk about Papa. He
Talk
talk.
out.
he's loyal,
Yeah, he's very loyal.
but he
picks his friends.
they condone rubbish.
He picks his
So
friends.
that one day, my daughter is
Daughter?
picky about friends, but she can be swayed into friendship if you it's not pressure. It's more like if you can make her your friend. Do you get what I mean? She can be picky, but you can make her your friend if you know the right
Buttons to
combination
press.
of things to
So looking at their list of friends, we are the ones, but the kind of parents that always ask. So initially we thought Tenny didn't have friends in school.
I swear down.
We're panicking. Like, don't you talk to anybody? No.
Who is your? Don't you have best friends? But you know my best friend. But he's not
My
in
best
your
in
school.
school.
So what are your best friends?
Nobody. Jesus is Lord. So I went to talk to head of college. I was like, oh no, he has friends. I said, which ones? I don't know them. Like,
So they now told us
So
he's friends with this person, he's friends with this person.
Hey.
So what even? No, it was when we went to the party. I took him for
we took him for a birthday party. That wasn't his.
Wasn't his?
It was my daughter's friend.
Okay.
But they said we should bring him
Bring him.
because their elder daughter
And
is
they're
the same group,
yeah,
and she knows him.
blah.
So we came, and the next thing, everyone was like,
Hey Tenny! Hey Tenny! Hey Tenny!
You know people?
We were under the impression that
Nobody talks
he
to
was
him.
just there in class, he would just do his thing. Nobody was talking to him.
To
Wasn't
him.
talking. That's the impression we had.
So we're
and then
shocked.
even when we were talking to him about it, he was like, it's not that deep.
Deep. It's
And
not like
I
I'm
would
going to be
he said,
depressed
"It's
or
not like I'm gonna
anything.
be
Depressed or
and
anything.
everything."
Yes.
Yeah, he'll be telling us like,
This guy wanna relax.
when I'm like, no, but you need friends. We're like,
Why?
Like, why you people
Stressing me.
So when we saw people like, oh, wait, Tenny, and he was like, yeah.
We now looked at us and say, he has
He has
friends.
He actually has friends. Like, then you now sitting and say, so you have friends.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you
Look at it,
classify
fight.
friends. I mean, I have
Acquaintances are acquaintances.
acquaintances, yeah. Some people are
Classmates.
classmates, and there's some people that, yeah, I would consider them friends in a friend circle kind of way.
The boy is
But my
complicated.
friends are this
This
person
and this person.
Shikena.
Shikena.
So when he told you his friends are this person and this person, did you approve of the friends?
Yes, we
Those
had
are the
already.
two people,
Those are
but
the
they're
two
not in
people.
his school.
They're not in his school, but we've
But how
already.
did you people approve?
Oh,
when
wait.
They grew up
Back.
together, like
So
they
those
grew
ones
up.
so
That's the house he
that's why I
goes
said
to.
the loyal thing.
That's the house he goes
He has
to. Yeah.
had the same best friend since he was in, I don't know, like primary
forever.
school, like early primary. The same best friend.
So it's the same person.
So we've known the family. The family has known us.
Even the uncle, the father has sent me a video that, let Arimiko, a video of a girl taking down a boy, says, let Arimiko come and do
start
so with
learning
the boys.
this.
You understand? So that
So
kind of
that-
interaction.
We're teaching the boys basic
Self-defense and everything.
self-defense.
Yes,
Can
let
I
her
come
come and join,
and be a
that
part
kind of thing, yeah.
Do you get? So we've had that kind of relationship.
Mm.
But if it's going to have new friends that we're going to have to, like, we will need to get to know the parents.
Yeah.
So I remember there was one kid who something, and the kid had to give Tenny his mom's phone number
For me to call.
for you to call, then start getting to. Do you get? So we need to do that whole.
Yeah.
I need to know the
The
parents.
parents need to know the parents.
And the parents need to know me as
First,
well. So yeah.
we need to be cool
Yeah.
before we
Fair.
even start talking about we are
Fair.
going into any friendship.
Fair.
So
thing.
to be fair to both my kids, the kind of friends that they keep have not really
Changed.
changed.
changed
And then
them?
we've not really had.
Has it had any bad
So basically, their choices have been good.
have been
because
good?
they
Because
said
at the
they
time
will
I
tell-
recall them, they had a Christian, they were doing Bible something in school. I was like, oh wow, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, wow. I didn't do that in school, boy. Kudos to you.
Kudos, guys. Well done.
Yeah. So it
Carry on.
hasn't
No,
it hasn't affected them negatively. And then they worry for some of their friends, like they talk,
Yeah.
and then if they don't, if like she doesn't know what to advise,
She'll come and
she'll
tell
come and
us
tell us that
say,
okay, there's a
"This is
scenario. She might not
I
say
won't say who it
it
is.
is,
but
yeah.
she said there's a
Scenario. If a
This
parent
person-
is this,
So how
what
do we?
you-
What do I tell the friend? Type
Uh-huh.
of like, oh,
So when I say okay, no, do
So
this, do that,
yeah.
and then you know that kind of thing. So,
And
yeah.
then the friends. I mean, maybe
To
it's
be
just
fair.
maybe it's just God who.
To be fair,
maybe it's
to be
just
fair.
God who,
Mhm.
like,
To be fair.
it's prayer and
Mhm.
fasting that's kept it.
Yeah.
That one,
But they
yeah.
haven't had any outrightly bad friend. And the few times that they've encountered people who might be bad friends, they themselves have.
cut
Cut
off.
them off.
Yeah, they've
cut
just been
off.
like, no, I don't like this person. This person is like this. This. Do you get
Jenny
what I
had a
mean?
business partner that was not his friend, but they were business.
Yeah, he
partners.
said they're business partners,
Partners.
but they're not friends.
They were selling stuff in school.
Way to snitch on the internet.
Legally.
Wait, were they like, yo, I got this, bro?
Yes.
This is like,
So Kion, from
Yeah. No, I noticed that Ibro did not say anything about if sleepovers
Sleepovers.
and all that because you went into your
Your
winch
your own
story.
so yeah, I'm to be honest, yeah. As long as they're under my roof, right? I can see them.
Mhm.
I can supervise them. My wife and I can. I'm open to it too. I'm open to sleepovers.
But the sleepers happen at
in
yours.
my house because
Yeah.
growing up, my mother made sure that they
Friends
came
came.
to
Yeah.
our house. You understand? So there are a lot of my friends growing up that used to come to my, even when I go into uni, Friday, Thursday evening, because most of the time we didn't have, I at some point didn't have lectures on Friday
Mhm.
because most of my Friday lectures were with my profs and those ones had private businesses.
So this
in
is
Abuja.
uni.
So by uni, I'm talking, this happened from secondary school.
Okay.
But by the time I got into uni, that's when I would go home with a bunch of people who drive from Zaria to Kaduna
Mhm.
on Thursday evening, Thursday
Okay.
nights,
Okay.
right? And we will sleep in my mother's house till Sunday, till Monday morning when we head to school, head back to campus, yeah? And it was boys and girls,
Okay.
and we'd all be there. And Momsi would, it's weekends, she would cook for us. She'll be listening to our conversations
Yeah.
while we're playing video games or watching movies in the living room. So she will be in her room and she'll
the
be
door is
hearing
open.
the door is open. She can hear everything that we're saying, right? So what that did for me is that Momsi would later, she'll be like, see
This
this
person.
person. No, be
That's
am.
not your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This person. You know what? I
Keep
feel
this
like
person.
yeah. And no jokes. There's some that I listened. There's some that are just like, you don't know them well enough, I beg. No jokes, I'm not kidding. The biggest betrayal that I've enjoyed in my life to this day,
She told you not to.
she told me. And that one is someone that had been my friend from when I was 2.5. Like we started nursery school together, everything. And Momsi used to constantly tell me, this person is, yes, your neighbor, the love you have for this person as a
It's not the
brother and
same.
is not the same. You understand? And then when it happened, I was shocked. And she was like, why are you
But
shocked?
but I told you.
understand? I've been telling you all your life.
Yes.
You understand? So, and then even the ones I met in uni, they too, the few that she told me, the ones I listened about, the ones I didn't listen, later I now find out that this happened. I'm like, this person did this, and I'll just start. And I'll be like,
But so she's not
I'm
surprised.
not surprised that this person would
Yeah.
have done something like that to that other person. Like I could tell.
So you're good with sleepovers as long as it's in your house and
Yes.
you can see them. And you can see them, right?
But no.
So and
No, because I trust.
you know what's happening in
I know
your
what's happening in
house.
my house.
You trust you.
I trust me. I trust my wife. I trust that we would
Do
we
the right
would
thing.
we would do the right thing even
Regarding.
for other people's children.
Yeah.
But I do not know that they will do the right thing for my child
Mm.
in their own space. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but it's fair
biased
enough
like
to
that.
also say that the other parent too would not be able to vouch
Yeah,
for.
so it's okay.
It's okay. So let
stay in their
everybody
house.
take their day, innit?
So why I kind of agree with you to an extent is like I said, my primary school years and everything, you don't go, nobody comes. It's what it is. But when I got into like later secondary school, my house was a halfway house.
Same.
Bio can testify. My house was. My brother used
Is there
to.
any particular reason that you're
No, I said
doing my
because
nyash
because you
outside?
know you can testify in the sense that you knew me at that time, so you knew that my house was open. People
I can't
could
really
come.
say. Like, I don't know.
Wow, bro. Wow.
You're on your own.
Let's
Rogba,
get
you know
it.
you're trying.
No, let's get it.
You know the way Homa told her earlier
Don't
that she's
worry,
trying.
don't worry,
You're
don't
trying.
worry, don't worry.
Yeah, Rowan's plan her in the future. He's coming.
Don't worry, don't worry.
But
Yes, so like as I said,
Mhm.
okay, so let me rephrase. My house was a halfway house. A lot of people could come to my house, everything.
And some people can vouch for that, yes.
Some people can
Yes,
vouch that
yes,
yes, it was like
yes,
that and
yes.
everything. It was
Some
a-
of them that you
it was a
expect them
very
to vouch,
free
but
pe-
you know.
Some people I thought might be able to vouch,
Mm.
but apparently they
Clearly.
were not there
Clearly.
at that point in
Yeah.
time. So it's okay.
That's life.
That's life, innit?
So, but for me, I look at it that's because one, I was older, so my
Right.
parents were a lot more comfortable
Stable.
with that, and two, like you said, it's their
Yeah,
house.
it's their house.
So you will come to
Mhm.
their
Their
house,
house.
not that you are going to.
Mhm.
I
Somebody's
can't tell my
house.
parents I'm going to go and sleep somewhere else. Let the person come and sleep in your
Yeah.
house. It's okay.
It used to pain me,
Yeah.
Sha. But yeah.
But the
I
thing is,
understand.
I also feel like times have changed so drastically
Oh, yes.
that might not be enough anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because our children have tabs. Our children
They have
have
access to
laptops.
the
Let's even
internet.
leave phone. I don't understand anybody that gives a child a phone before they are like 16. I'm not kidding.
No,
Like
my
I
kids,
don't,
they
I
know.
don't get it. Like I don't. What do
Sorry.
they want to do with it? Yes.
interesting, but the reason I cut you off was like, how do you now when they go for sleepovers? I say like
They
you can
don't-
come here at any
So here's
time.
the thing.
They used to use Skype.
So here's the thing. My children don't really go for sleepovers. Like I
It's
said,
very
it's
rare.
very specific.
Very
And these
rare.
families are
So
families
those
that you
families
can
are
reach.
families that have been vetted.
Yeah.
I can call the family.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, my children reach out to me.
Mm.
They call me
On
with
Skype.
Skype.
Now
Teams.
it's Teams, yeah.
Like you get, there's plenty things.
Mm.
So,
So
they
don't
can
need it.
they
can
don't
do it from
need
a
a phone.
phone,
They don't
need a
tablet
device.
or a laptop.
you get, they don't need a phone. They have tab. They have
Mm.
laptop. They
Mm.
can send me message.
Mm.
Worst case scenario, bad as bad, send me a blinking email.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
But I'm not giving you
A
a
phone
phone.
until you're 16.
My children are not on social media.
Mm.
If you see a social media account, that's my child on. This is my account.
It's
I'm
you
the
that
one that
running
is
it.
running the thing. It's not the child.
Mm.
Do you get? Because I don't have power.
Mhm.
It's when they have phone,
Mm.
they can Snapchat,
Mm.
they can
Mm.
Instagram,
Mm.
they can Twitter,
Mm.
they can TikTok.
Mm.
It's because they have phone.
Mm.
Now, because all their laptop is monitored by me, they cannot install any of those things
Yeah.
without me giving approval.
Yeah.
Unless they want to learn to be hackers and hack it. It's
Which
not happening.
if they go through the trouble of doing all of that,
Yeah,
well,
then I might
Then
as
they
well.
deserve it.
Might
They
as well.
deserve
I
it.
mean,
Fair
deserve
play,
it.
fair play.
Deserve it.
Yeah.
sorry,
This one
sorry,
catch
sorry.
me.
Sorry.
ah.
You get.
Mhm.
And my worry is that whole idea of I send you to a kid's house, or sorry, a kid comes over who has a phone, who has not been properly vetted,
Mm.
and then when you're under my nose, but
They'll be
I
sleep
can't
now.
be with you 24/7
Yeah.
and then
Go
go
to their
sleep
room
for
and
their
sleep.
room. I
Yeah.
go sleep for my room. Now.
Yeah.
We won't be sleep over. Then I was like, yeah, guys, scoot over. Let's you take that side of the bed. Like, do you get?
You don't want to be that daddy.
When you are sleeping in the night, I mean, we're all children.
Yeah.
Wait for your daddy to sleep.
Yeah.
Go and run the videotape.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So I don't even want that.
My dear.
I don't want it at all. That's why I want the vetting.
Mm.
And then there's a list. So if your name is not on the list,
You don't get in the
you're not
club.
sleeping, we're not sleeping. And your name can't remove from the
We'll
list.
play games on TV all night. Then when you go,
If you're going funny, strike your name off the list. Because, like I said, we mistakenly tried it once.
somebody was
Never again.
reading book in
Never even it cannot happen again. Not possible.
I didn't even know I had PTSD.
Come
As he
on.
just said it, I just said,
Just go and scoop your child.
Yes.
Jeje.
Because I'm not even saying the kid was trying to be nefarious or anything, but I don't even want
You know what reason
I
I'm
don't
rich
want
there?
to think about it.
Let's not have it. So that's the end of that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Maybe what?
the child did not like.
It's
No,
it's-
that's what
no,
they
but
said
yeah,
before.
saying
That
probably
the child
was
might have
new
been new
environment.
environment and they were
But
worried.
you know, as just a human being.
I've encountered a lot in my life.
I think it's PT. I think you will not
She
react
has a
like
lot
that
of
because you don't have.
PTSD.
But if you
I
have
have a lot of
PTSD, you would
PTSD.
That's
think
PTSD.
it's flight of.
I am-
That's
Let me
what
tell
a
you something
paranoid
really
human being.
random. okay, the other day we're all in the room. We just came back from work and everything, and then Tenny now drags his sister to sit on his lap. My mind has.
Life.
It's PTSD.
You were just like,
It's
I don't like
trauma.
it.
no,
It's
I don't
trauma.
like it. Why is he doing
See
that?
that. I don't
to his
like
sister?
it. I don't like it.
It's
But it's
But
just
it's,
Yeah,
it's
but it's
trauma.
it's
It's trauma.
trauma.
trauma
response.
of what has happened
To
to
me,
her.
so I can't see some things innocently. I'm already reading
just
1,
starts
2, 3
what's
meaning
going on
into
here.
it, and I don't want to. And we've heard of these things where siblings do crazy shit. I don't want to be sitting there and it happened under my nose.
And then I said, where were you?
Where
You're
were
like,
hey,
you're
do you
not like,
understand?
how could it happen to me? I don't understand. I was there. Where are you doing?
But have you done anything,
Yeah.
Bio, for like when you realize that I'm giving a trauma response? How do you like stop yourself? Because it's a trauma response,
What's usually
and
comes?
what it does for me is like it could become unfair on the person
Unhealthy,
on the
yes.
receiving
Yes,
on the
yes,
receiving
true.
end
Okay,
of it.
so to answer that
Can I-
question, add
Yeah, I want to
okay.
just add to that.
Yeah.
Also, reactions like that can also put like things in the
Your head.
thoughts of
Yeah.
The children as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
So you want to probably like address
Be careful.
that, yeah.
So now to answer that question, when that happened, I didn't say anything. I didn't react. So I didn't make anybody uncomfortable. So when they left, I now spoke to him and said, I didn't like what just happened because it happened twice. My instinct was to stop it. But I said, okay, if you say stop it,
You'll be like, why?
why? So I was like, okay, I don't have a good comeback for this, so I'm not going to say anything now. So when they left, I now turned to my like, this thing happened, I didn't like it. And I was like, and you would tell him, I said, okay, then why am I telling you not to do it? I have to be able to give. So he now said he'll get back to me on it. So I haven't spoken about it because I also know that I don't want to transfer what I'm feeling on the child. So because I'm enlightened as well, I realize that sometimes our actions can trigger other things. So I hold myself. So I didn't react when it happened, but I've made a mental note to now be more
So it's just
watchful.
for me, it's just a
Do you get-
function of I will say to the child that you know that your sister is getting older.
You understand?
Getting older.
Mhm.
These kind of things they are not very appropriate. It's not
It's
anything.
weird.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just
not very
Sorry, oh.
appropriate. So just
Okay, she has something to
just
say.
pay attention.
Yes, I have something to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what I have to say to that is that it's not that it's inappropriate. It's a sibling. Do you
Yes.
understand? I think what is inappropriate is when somebody, like you've raised a child that you believe or know that would never, generally for
don't
me,
know
everything
that he
about
will
it is
never.
a trauma response.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So
I don't
it's,
know that
He will never.
yes, no,
Can
no,
never
but
say
what,
never.
no, but what I'm saying is that making it, my thoughts are not coming into
As
together.
in
But I'm
pointing
trying
it,
to put
making it a
yes,
focus
No,
on
let, me,
say
let, me,
it's-
let me tell you why I will go that route in this particular situation. Because it annoys his sister. So if I will say this thing, this thing annoys your sister. He's going to ask me, but why? And then I'll say, because you are older, she's older. It's not appropriate for her. As long as she's
Like
not
it.
cool with it, don't
Do
do
it.
it. Do you get? It's not even a case of
Girls should not be
Yeah.
Can I
sitting on
suggest
your
something?
No,
Okay.
It could also be a case of she is uncomfortable with it. The word
She wasn't uncomfortable.
He just
No,
annoys
not
her.
say she
It
doesn't
just
like
annoys
it.
her.
No, it just annoys her, but she
it
wasn't
just
uncomfortable.
annoys her, but
understand?
she's not
I think maybe the thing
uncomfortable.
that is triggering me is
Appropriate.
yes, in that context, because there are situations where it is very
Innocent.
inappropriate,
Yeah.
and there are situations where it is very innocent, and it's some people's way of like being close to their
It's
sibling.
inappropriate.
Okay, no
Don't
problem.
put your sister on your lap when she's saying, "Oh, stop it."
Yes,
Don't-
no, yes,
That's-
I agree in
so
that point.
That's my point. So it's
I agree to that
So-
point. If the, yes.
So for me, it's
I
the
don't
fact
think
that there's a difference between her being uncomfortable and being annoyed.
yes.
So in this case, she's not uncomfortable.
She's
She's
not
just
uncomfortable.
annoyed.
She's just like,
yes,
oh,
yes,
oh, you have
yes.
So
to
even
Yeah.
for her, it is not a.
It's not
not a-
registering.
It's not a.
It's not a, this is not right.
Right,
It's just,
yeah.
it's just,
Exactly.
Oga,
Yeah,
I'm,
but the
I'm
thing
a big
is,
girl.
I need him
Oh, I'm
to
understand.
understand
Yeah.
Recognize.
that once she's now at a certain
Certain
age where there are certain things she does not
How old is she?
like.
She's 10, going on 11.
So you know how growing up, if you're growing up with siblings, your siblings are your first test, your first
Of the
whatever
world.
of how the world can annoy you.
Yes.
If your siblings do not annoy you, then
They're
you're-
nobody.
you're
Yeah,
not your
you're not your
they're not your
siblings.
real siblings.
Mhm.
You understand? To this day, my brother and I, have things that we do and
To annoy
say
each
to my
other.
sister, just to annoy my
Uh-huh.
sister.
Yeah.
And then both of them have plenty things that they do to just needle me because in their minds, this one is always serious. Big
Firstborn.
man, don't mind him. So they get on my nerves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Little things like somebody's talking, you put your finger in their nose. Like, why?
So you learnt it from there and you ask him and say it to me.
So it's not here. So I passed it. I do it to her all the time. Especially when she's trying to be all serious. I'm just looking
If
at her.
you try me, why can't you try it?
Just do it.
No, it doesn't. You have to take it.
New level
Unlocked. I do it to her. See,
Oh my God, guys.
she's been all
I
serious.
do
and
other
being
things, don't worry. But
I
just
just-
give me something
Yo,
fresh.
I will tell you what you can use and come back.
No, don't
Please
piss
tell
me
me.
off.
You
Yeah.
don't
He
piss
said
me
don't
off.
piss off.
Rogba, the first time she does this thing that your mama is going to tell her to do to you, Baba, don't back down.
Me.
Back down on what?
Swear that you're going to move out.
Me.
Move out of where?
Me.
Out of where?
Now you enter house, you go back enter house.
No, no.
Then when you move out.
Where you go
So that she will know not to try. See, your mama, they warn you.
So wait. So what are you trying to say now?
Uh-huh.
You're saying I will show up at your door, bag in hand,
And you turn him
after
out,
being
you turn him
beaten
away.
by the rain, and you send me back home.
You
Why
go
is
back
there
home.
rain?
You go back to your house.
Wow.
You go back to your house.
Rogba,
Now I
don't
know.
worry. It's
There's
also
no
my house.
sleepover in my house.
Because he said it. Let's
Yes.
just
You
leave
Say
it
that
There's no sleepover in my house.
Shite, bro.
I've vetted him. I've vetted. He has been vetted and tested and trusted.
Don't tell me that.
So I have a question, Sha. And do you guys think that the friends that your kids have influenced them? Like, have you seen like specific influences based on like their kids? Let me say, for example, they come and say, "Oh, my friend uses this particular perfume," or I started using this lip gloss, I started using this deodorant. Like, I want my own. The way
what-
that
I saw what you
Rogba
did.
is
Let's go.
Is there a Stanley Cup gift?
So, two things come to mind. There was the last sleepover I think Tenny had over that parent's house. The uncle was actually having a talk with all the boys, about hygiene and all of that. And he had actually gone out to buy deodorant for all of them. Had conversation. You know, I say you need to have people that are like your
That like
family.
you,
so he's had the conversation with them, like, okay, boys, come, you know, we're now men.
Cannot be
you know, you
smelling.
can't be smelling, you know, he did all of that.
Now.
Then the other one is
No, so you didn't land.
okay. So yeah, where am I even going? Yeah, so he's done that with Tenny,
Boys.
but with the boys. But you see, I don't know what is in the air, the hormones that these children have. Jesus,
Them niggas stank.
man,
No, boys of a certain age is
my darling,
I understand this
Yeah.
hormone.
it's a lot.
strong.
My.
Fragrance.
So what we have done is we are very liberal.
Hey.
The spray.
No, it's not even spray. It's a combo. It's a combo. You roll it.
Rub, roll,
Roll and
spray.
spray.
Do whatever you need to do. Not so. We're very. I just come out. I've used deodorant. I
Or-
can't smell it. Use more.
Or they take a bath in the ninth time. Wait, now they take a bath in the ninth time. They are now jumping. When they now come to do prayer.
Man.
The funk,
It's
guys.
strong. The funk
Back
is
in the
strong with this one.
Thank God we now
Don't
have
get it.
Nivier. Nivier for that.
Yes.
So they have the small, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
Very
okay.
sizable. You can just carry it
it
mini
everywhere with
size.
you, so he can put it in his bag.
Oh,
We have
God
couple
bless
for
you.
Bless you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
for
I like the.
iron
My
people,
madam, my
So-
princess.
So you see, I like that. Put
Thanks
it
to
in the
Nivier.
bag.
Yes.
So,
So they
after
can
they've
refresh.
after
Yes.
they have rocked it in the morning, I will give them time.
At
When
this
it's
time.
lunchtime. Just nip into the bathroom
Yeah, but
and have a little roll.
It's 72 hours, but yeah, they can.
You have not encountered
Let's just
puberty.
refresh.
You
Let's
have not.
refresh.
See,
It's just a refresh.
Ihoma,
Eh?
I guarantee you.
You have not
it's
encountered
real.
puberty.
See, when children hit puberty,
Hey.
there's this thing in the north we call male goats. We call it busuru.
The he goats now.
Yes, there's this strong smell that they have. It's
Ibro,
the excess
Ibro,
energy and
let me tell you-
testosterone that
let me
is
tell you
just
why ours
bursting.
is worse. You know, girls hit puberty early.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Then boys hit puberty at a certain age.
So
Two of them it
we're
happen at
playing
the same
around
time.
with a stank in my
Manifest
house.
blood of Jesus.
Playing around. But the thing is, my
Like
daughter,
I said.
my daughter likes.
This Nivier dry comfort.
Yes.
72
Roll on.
hours protection.
All right.
Like
So
this
Alright.
is what they need.
This
I
is for
will.
this
Don't
is
worry,
the girl.
I will get
This
it.
is for
Yes.
the girl, and the blue one is for the boys.
This is for the boy.
Like it's very compact. You can take it everywhere with you.
They
Not the
will,
big
they will
one.
have the hours of refreshing.
I've
for
used
them.
this, and it keeps you dry.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. We
Seven
shall do
stars.
that.
So
We gonna
please.
we gonna make that
Rogba,
happen.
have you taught him about mowing the lawn?
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass my son on.
Okay,
Inside.
no, I don't. I don't.
But-
Sorry, I just know if you've
But
had
we good.
the conversation. Okay,
We
cool,
good.
cool. So you've got him his own kit.
We
We
good.
good.
I'm telling you to say one more thing just so that you can say we good. But
We good.
I will let it slide because
We good.
We good.
We
All right,
good.
cool.
We
Like you
good.
said, I don't want to embarrass
Me,
myself.
me and my son, we good. We good. But in terms of friends and peer pressure, luckily,
Yeah.
as I have explained my son to you,
You can have
Can
him as
never
a guest too. Can have
Yeah,
him
that's
as a
true.
guest.
He would actually
that-
make a
that-
good guest, though.
boy and peer pressure, they're not in the same sentence. Because he just
Just does
so
not.
the thing is, Tenny is very like me, but on steroids. So you know how you want to tell me something, if I don't get it, like you just have to. I need to understand it for it to make
Way to
sense.
move forward, yeah.
Tenny needs to understand it, and then you need to justify it.
Imagine he had homework. He came to meet his father. His father was not answering him. He was not looking at him. He said, "Are you sure?" The father
Like-
said, "Excuse me, I have degree."
I said,
Like-
"Excuse me,
like,
I went to
I went to school,
Primary school,
secondary school, university.
did a couple of postgraduate things. So,
I-
dude,
And then
I
years
know
of
what I'm
experience.
talking about.
He said,
You
"I
got
just,
me?
He said, "I just
He
want
said,
to
I
be
just
sure
wanted
you
to
know,
be sure you know
what
you
you're
know what you're
saying."
saying.
Hey.
So you justified it.
Ah,
Justify it, because I'm not a chemist and I was doing chemistry. So he's like, "You sure you know what you're doing?
Hey.
You're not
Baba,
just trying to
I
gaslight
will-
me."
Fair
Fair question if we
You
are being
get
honest.
that's him. So if
But
you
you know,
are
Kion is already asking, "Are you sure?"
oh yes.
so his friends, you need to justify it. So like he'll come and say, "The boys in my class are doing something very stupid. They are slight tackling each other in classroom."
I did that, Sha. Let me not lie.
Now,
he didn't get it.
now I don't understand because
rough
the
and play,
likelihood,
yeah.
yes, it's nice to
Yeah.
rough and play,
But he
but the
doesn't like it.
likelihood
Of getting
of
injured.
getting
yeah.
injured is very high.
Yeah.
So
Why would I do it?
I do not see any reason to partake in such
Such
an
activity.
Wow.
And
Sheldon Cooper.
That's
As in,
that is the
Tenny,
end of that. It's not
play
happening.
football. Why?
No, he tried.
Wait, he tried. Now he
tried
now
it.
said he said one day the ball hit
He
him.
said
He
they
said
kicked
no,
him. They kicked
He
the
said
ball. It hit him in his face
or something.
Or
He said no.
And I was like,
No.
there's no need for this. Why?
Oh, necessary.
Playing football is this thing. But I'm
I'm
not.
not
I'm not
interested.
inclined. First of all,
To do it.
it is not something that I'm good at. And then you can get
Injured.
It's self-aware
So
king.
why?
We now said
why am I
we now
doing this?
said we now watched the car racing movie. We now said, "Oh, Tenny."
Because he always likes
We
likes
like
car racing.
so like, "Oh, Tenny, car racers
racing,
make money."
He was like, "Oh, okay,
no
cool."
problem. So we
So
now
we watched the movie,
What
and
was
then
it?
there was an
Accident.
and it blew
in
up.
the movie. The accident when the thing he just paused it, said, "Wow, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
so
not I'm doing
that's not
sorry.
happening." Like my child is risk averse. I said, we need to me. I'm scared of something. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So Tenny, one of these holidays we should go jump out of a plane. Father,
Why?
why would you want to jump out of a plane?
There's a
Because
parachute,
there's a parachute. So,
What if it
do you know
fails?
that there is a possibility
Possibility?
that the parachute does not open? Do you know that somebody actually died
Yes.
from jumping from a parachute and it didn't open? And
Tenny.
then you know what? It's not that.
but is there some like does it bother you to as in
No, because there are things he will do.
okay that is for example because I was going to say if it's extreme is
No.
like
So there are
okay.
things he
He
will
will
do.
still
So
try.
here's the thing: if I insist, he will do it.
He'll do it, but
But he just thinks this man
why?
is insane.
He just doesn't know why.
Like,
Why?
the thing is, you have to just
Convince him.
Defy.
Yeah.
and he will probably do it. That okay.
Just so I have peace.
He's my father.
Let me have
Let's
peace.
do it. Do you get? But if you're not his father. You're not his
Like
mother.
the one you guys did where you
Zip lines.
Zip
He
line.
did it.
He did it.
did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I've ziplined before now, but the one with mountain where I was just seeing rock.
Because
I say,
it was over a mountain.
God.
So he when we got to the zip line place, he was willing
to
zip
do
line.
it. Yeah.
Because okay, it's fun. there's a safety harness. There's a
Yeah, he
so the
calculates
logic.
risk.
Okay, yeah, we can.
The risk level was
risk
Yeah,
there
we
for
can.
him.
We can.
If you hang
But-
in the middle of the zip
No, but
line,
what's wrong with it?
Eh,
I ain't doing that thing.
This one that I told her that because I've bungee jumped.
I'm
You
not
understand?
bungee
Ah,
jumping.
man, that
I
body,
don't-
I can't do that.
Ah
one.
man, I've done it twice.
I'm
Nah.
not bungee jumping.
I know, Rogba, you need to try that.
I hear that thing can snap
When
your
he's
back.
in his 40s.
I beg you, no. If you no, the harness is like it's,
I
I
It's
get
not-
what you're saying.
it's
See,
not just on
Ibrahim.
Can-
I will do
I hear you. The
I will
answer
do-
is no.
so many things. So
But
many
you're not
things.
But bungee jump, no.
I've ziplined off a skyscraper. I will do it off. I've done it off a mountain. I've walked a bridge across 2 mountains. I will jump out of a plane. I will
But you
scuba
shall,
dive.
you
with
shall
sharks.
will not.
I'm not
bungee
going to
jump.
bungee.
Bungee jump, no.
Like I have researched, and you see that thing.
And you wonder where your child gets it.
Not a good idea. I don't wonder where again. I know it.
He
No,
does
it
not
makes
want
sense.
that.
I've done it twice on
No, he
two
said he
different
doesn't
trips.
want that.
And I'm just like, yo,
So it's not worth
the rush is
the-
mad.
It's not worth
Mm-mm.
the risk for me.
I beg you.
It's just not worth it.
Well
Like
done.
because, like, first of all,
He's not doing it again. He has a child now.
I don't
Aha,
want to, I
thank
don't want
you
to
very
break
much.
my back, nigga.
What was that eyes?
You've done it. You've done it twice.
Sorry.
Moving on.
As we are wrapping
Yeah.
up,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the last question that I have
Yes.
is: have you guys become friends with anybody because your children are
Yes, actually.
friends?
Okay.
There you go.
I can. Yes, we have actually. So when my kids started this new school, I became friends with my daughter's friend's mom, and yeah, so we've met at many. So there are many birthday parties that I'll drop and say, okay, you're bringing her home, right? or I'm bringing home, yeah. So yeah,
that's
and then
because
we clicked.
As in we
We clicked.
noticed,
Mm,
we reached out. I mean, it's while we were reaching out, she was reaching
in house as well. So yeah.
And by the time you know that.
Meet in the middle.
So I don't think so. Oh,
I think there was one party, and I said, "Hey, I don't know this parents." She said, "No, they're not even going. No,
they're
don't
not going. Don't take them to that party. No. They're not going. My
Thank
kids
you.
are not going. Don't
Thank
take
you very
them.
much.
Do you get? So we
have that
very
kind of
similar
relationship, yeah. Vibes, yeah.
So once you just know that, okay,
Yeah.
it's this one,
Yeah, so
and then
yeah.
you can be digging small as you are going along.
Fair.
For me, it's yeah, I think it's hard for us because of
Your line of
our line of work.
Mm.
So whenever we see at school, PTA meetings, so everybody's just like, are we sure? Are they friendly? Are they forthcoming? Especially with me, boy, bro is the
I'm
So
I'm
it's a
everybody's
social
guy.
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody is like, they can walk up to
They
him and say
gravitate to
hi,
him,
yeah,
yeah.
towards him. The few people like, let me not exaggerate. The one person,
Yeah, there's one of Kion's friends.
yeah,
Okay, that's-
Mom
okay.
is really cool.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
really cool. So I reached out on Instagram. I made the first move, and she
Okay.
replied,
Okay.
and from then we started. So we've hung out a few times
Okay.
with the kids. Oh, come, let's go swimming, so that they can just both of them just
Yes,
hang out. Their
mm.
birthday.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
she has
okay.
come to the house.
Okay.
So yeah, and we've gone to their own house. So I
Okay.
think it's just that one person. I'm hoping that
Very
Oh,
soon.
yeah,
More people.
that they'll know that I'm nice.
And so you see
And
the
Kion
challenge.
is very
And,
friendly,
yeah,
Abi.
Kion
See,
is.
So the
That's the reason
challenge,
why-
the challenge is that we have this kind of face that is not approachable. But when you now pass the face,
Mhm.
you find out that the person
So when
is
you
a-
get past,
when you get past, because that's
Yeah,
what
when
happened.
you
It
do
happened
get
to
past the
me.
face.
When you do get past the face, actually, you now find out that this was
Yes,
actually
sweetheart.
nicer than
Mm.
this person.
fair enough.
I don't understand why fingers have to be pointed, but
But you
No,
know,
no, like
let's keep going.
I wasn't
It's
really
all right.
pointing at you.
This is not pointing at me.
I wasn't-
Okay, if you say so.
So if I would have come to the end of the show,
Yes.
Take us rap.
So Bill,
Peer pressure.
okay, Bill, take us out.
thank you for joining us on another episode of the Due
Parenting podcast.
Parenting. Let me take it again.
This is your third season.
Have you seen Bio try to sign us
On her
Oh,
own
now.
show.
All right. So thank you guys for watching and joining us on another episode on Due Parenting Podcast Show. And I hope you learned quite a bit from our conversation. And we're happy to be here again. Hopefully we're here again next season. And like we always say when we sign out, if you have any comments or anything you'd like to tell us, please don't forget to drop it in the comment section. Follow us on all social media platforms. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Come on.
And
know?
your own show is called
Love and everything in between.
on YouTube. And Nivea is also giving out gifts. So we are going to ask the question when this episode drops.
Yeah.
So if you answer the first, we'll pick them randomly, Sha. 5 people are going to win something from Nivea. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you,
Can we-
Nivea.
can we-
No, you
Can
cannot.
we answer?
No, you cannot. You cannot.
We
you
can't
cannot.
answer.
You cannot. I'll block you people first.
Ah,
But
child.
yes.
Terms
So-
and conditions, families.
Yes, families
family and
and-
No, we
inner
don't really
circle
know
members
them
are
all.
They
like-
are going to give us Nivea today.
I don't know them.
Yoma said, yeah, we don't know you. Yoma, you said your child cannot sleep in our house.
House, we don't,
So
like, we don't know you.
Why are you taking our Nivea stuff?
We don't know you.
Bye.